Yeah,
I'm
Roche.
here.
All right, we're back.
There you go.
So,
Yep. You just got done
just got done what?
pooping.
Just got done pooping. Great, thanks.
Uh, we're going to the pristine. I'm probably not saying that right.
The Parisian.
The Persian.
Parisian.
Closer.
I know.
You're almost there. Just not really.
Well, whenever you guys are ready to go, I'm gonna go ahead and head into this. What's the kind of word? Corridor?
The nice term for it is a cat house.
The nice term for Mad Dog is Hordin.
Okay.
You seem to find your hirelings quite classy, Miss Gwen.
I do my
Classy.
best.
Classy for me usually equals a gun. But whenever you're ready.
Let's do that.
All right, so you guys head into the Parisian, and of course the owner, who I just went full retard and didn't give a name at a time. He
Billy.
knows that you're like not working tonight because you took some time off to investigate your friend's disappearance, and obviously he doesn't have to pay you for this time, so even though he really wants you working, so when he sees you walk in with 3 men, he gets the wrong idea, and he gives you the thumbs up, and he's like, you go ahead and go upstairs!
Oh, we're about to have us a party here.
So anyway, you take him up, and of course, as ladies of the cat house, you kind of like, you live in your rooms, They are both parts your workspace and your living space. So you get to walk into Missy Kate's room, which of course is empty because until she's either gone long enough or declared dead, he's leaving that room available in case she shows up. So you guys have access to it. So Goldfish, or should I say Gwen, you just open the door and you got the 4 of you get inside. And, you're alone in here. No one else is here, obviously.
So that's our room.
I was gonna make a joke. I shall resist. Yeah. This is where she stayed.
I would like to look for traces of either fighting or like somebody leaving urgently, maybe.
Okay. That would just be a notice check.
Nope.
Yes, you're wild.
Well,
Die.
the wild die. What's it for? Oh, we got a raise.
No, we're all doing it. Okay.
Then I'm gonna kind of adjust my glasses and toss a look over to Gwen and say, "You'll know that I let you win at cards, but this is really what I'm good at." And I'm gonna start looking around the room.
All right.
Looking
So
at stuff.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it to you. Again, try to give each of the successes a clue, and give the biggest clue to Decker because you got a raise. Unfortunately, I only have 2 clues. So,
Well, give
give it to me so I
one
can
to
lord it over
people.
them.
Mad Dog
One clue for us
and
and 2
Lewis,
for
you
him.
both notice that one of her lamps, the lamp closest to the window, is knocked over. And Decker, you notice something, and when you notice it, it's really obvious, But
Yeah.
all the sheets have been taken off of her bed. And I'm gonna go ahead and say you ask Gwen, like, hey, did they take the sheets out of here? And that's when it clicks for Gwen. She's like, no, they didn't.
Do I take it you guys don't clean your sheets often or ever? I'm just wanting to know for personal reference.
Well, I figure there's just always sheets on the bed.
Even when the ones are
No,
being
what
cleaned.
I mean to say though, it's odd that they're missing. Yeah.
Yes, it's odd that they're missing.
Wait, yes. Yeah. I mean, they would replace them
'cause
and
you-
then go wash sheets. Like, I mean, I don't. It's like a hotel type thing, I imagine.
Oh, okay.
You might not be at a 5-star hotel, Decker. These places, especially one such lovely establishment as this one, I am fairly certain they clean quite enough. And I'm gonna make eyes at Gwen like, please tell me I'm not lying or talking through my hat.
Are y'all trying to say that I'm dirty? Because I'm not dirty.
Not you, your establishment.
No, I was just wondering about everybody else. It's totally not relevant to what we're doing here, and what I've noticed so far is looking over, is there, that it was like a lamp that was knocked over?
Yeah, so I'm gonna make the 2 plus 2 and say, yeah, well, Decker with the additional missing sheets and the fact that there's a lamp knocked over there, and I'm gonna point it, all seems to lead toward that door. So, who wants to look?
Well, since none of you really want to go look for it, I'm
I'll
do it.
take
I mean, I'm not.
It's fine. I was thinking. What do I need
Try
to
not
do,
to
Jacob?
think for too long.
What do you need to do? What do you mean?
I don't know. New guy wants, or sorry, Lewis wants me to investigate the window, see if there's any clues.
Okay, go ahead. Make a notice
So
check.
is it investigation or?
No, investigation's like digging through books and stuff.
Oh, okay.
Notice is just, you know. Alright, yeah, I mean, you kind of see some scuffles. You know, like some scratch marks. Like it kind of you can guess that maybe something went out this window and scratched the bottom of the window seal a little bit. Like there's like a chipped part.
I'm gonna look back over at Gwen and kind of give a stoic look. Unfortunately, it appears that something was dragged across this so roughly as to scuff the varnish on the windowsill here.
I was expecting a story of she fled the room, but that does not sound like somebody fleeing a room.
Well, it sounds
I
like
start looking
somebody
for
fleeing a
it.
room with something in tow.
Do you think somebody went right through the window?
It would either be somebody who came in through her window, or it would be the last person who was in the room with her.
Well,
A
if
client,
you think,
maybe?
If you think that, I'm gonna look and see where the window drops, which I'm gonna guess is behind the partisan, a Parisian, whatever. Well, wherever the window's located on whatever side of the cat house. I'm gonna say, well, why don't you guys keep investigating this or looking for clues? I'm gonna go outside and see if I can find some tracks.
Alright. As you turn to leave, you spot Lewis pocketing something.
It's like, I look at him and was like, well, I actually just look at him like, what did you do?
I'm gonna look. I'm gonna look at Mad Dog and say, "What do you mean? I've done nothing."
I didn't really say what did you do. I just looked at you like.
Okay, well,
basically, yeah.
in that case, my eyes would just say like, you know, like, let it go.
And then I kind of just squint my eyes and say, "It's the reason why I'm a drifter. I don't travel with groups. Too much fucking mystery." Start walking downstairs and going outside.
And I'm gonna follow him.
Okay. So the two of you stay in the room. In case it wasn't clear, there are no sheets on this bed. It's just like a mattress.
With a lot of stains.
Well,
I'm
if you're
gonna-
worried about the sheets, there's one way to get around that.
Boom! Mic drop.
I'm gonna stop in the hallway actually, and I'm gonna turn back and I'm gonna say, Gwen,
Decker's giving you a thumbs up.
may I borrow your room for a moment?
Oh,
Looks like
I don't
somebody
know how I
couldn't wait.
feel about that. And what would you be borrowing this room for?
I need to clear my mind for a moment, and I wouldn't touch your stuff, obviously, but I would prefer if I had a quiet place. And standing
Need
in
some
the
alone
hallway,
time.
it's not really quiet.
Well, just make sure you clean up after yourself afterwards.
I'm gonna smirk and say, I will. but I don't know which room is yours, unless the name is written somewhere.
I mean, I'll point it out to you.
Okay.
Like that one.
Then I'm gonna go into Gwen's room, find maybe somewhere to sit, probably not the bed.
Okay.
Wow.
And while you do that,
You know what I hear?
Lewis,
Hate it.
no, not Lewis, Mad Dog, you're heading to the back of the Parisian.
Yeah, where the window, like under the window.
Okay. So, her room faces that back lot. I'll ping it.
Sure. I was looking at my sheet. Oh, okay. Yep,
And
that way.
right now, I am also a bit new to this rule system, so I'm going to look up the penalties
Tracking.
for lighting, because back here there's no lamps on, you know.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Oh,
No,
it's
I'm not gonna say.
-1, -2, -4.
Now, even though there's no lamps on, there are lamps throughout the city, and there actually is one lamp in this area, so I'm gonna say it's dim lit. So you're gonna get a -1 to your notice roll.
Okay. Well. So I'm back there.
Okay. So
Okay,
yeah.
I was asking. To make
Are you
sure
gonna make
I
a
was
track?
back there, okay.
Any roll you make is gonna have a
Yeah,
-1.
no.
Yeah. So if you're
No,
gonna make
yeah,
a
I'm just
tracking
gonna kinda-
roll,
Yeah. Like it's so I'm just gonna be like looking around, see if anybody's outside. Like
okay, make a
anybody
notice roll.
noticeable.
Just see if you know.
Yeah.
All right. So you got a -1, or did you already add the -1?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So no. I
So
didn't pass that.
you don't spot anyone. Now obviously there is something you spot that's kind of obvious. There's a wagon with a horse that's just kind of parked. If I had to like say exactly where it was, I'd say it's like right here, kind of behind this gray building-ish, and it's hitched to a small hitch that's next to this outhouse. And there is a man, kind of like, he's not like sitting in the driver's seat. He's like he's like leaning against it, and he's smoking like probably a cigarette of some kind, you know, tobacco.
Yeah. Alright. I noticed the man. And basically I'm just gonna try to stay out of his view, but I noted. And this is when I go ahead and track for footsteps to see if I can pick up on anything with that.
Okay, make a tracking check. You still get the -1.
Yeah. So 4.
All right.
Or
Well,
unless it's a fail.
unfortunately, it's been a few days, so even with your 4, you're gonna get an additional penalties for the fact that it's been a few days, and so you don't find any tracks that lend themselves to leading to what you want. You know, like there are tracks back here, but none of them are like. There's no woman-sized shoe or any of that. You know, it's just your standard boot tracks, and they kind of don't really go in any direction. They're all over the place, and you don't find any obvious clues of where a woman such as Missy Kate may have gone, and you don't see anyone who is carrying something heavy. You know, like a deep imprint. And so
Yeah.
it just looks like there was whatever traffic would normally be here that the wind didn't like knock about.
Okay. Well, with that, I kick the dust with my boot and say, "Ah, damn it." And then I look back at the wagon. And then I try to get up. I'm not going to really walk up to the wagon, but let's say I'm just going to try to look at the guy one more time and see if I can notice any, like, small details or anything
Sure.
with that terrible notice roll.
Make another one.
Okay.
And since the lantern is hanging off of his wagon, I wasn't gonna give him the -1. So you go ahead and you get a raise. All right. Trying to do multiple things here at once. Now I'm gonna go ahead and just do yours, Mad Dog. So Mad Dog, you notice there's just like this lingering stench coming off of his wagon. Right now it's empty, but it kind of stinks. Like something gross and nasty is like permeated the wood of his wagon here, and it stinks to high heaven, like just refuse and garbage. And the man himself doesn't look very respectable. You know, he's kind of dirty. And yeah, but he looks like he doesn't look shifty or anything, you know? He looks like he knows exactly where he is and he's supposed to be there, type of deal, you know? And he also
Yeah.
notices you look, and he's like, "Can I help you with something?"
Well, I'm pretty sure I've been burnt through my cigar by this time, and I just take a big whiff and then blow it out, and it's like, no, sir. I just came back here to get some privacy away from away from people. You know, somewhere dark where I can just sit here and be with my mind. Sorry if I ever peed on your piece.
Whatever. Hey, you looking to make
All right.
50 cents?
Well, I guess it's your lucky day because I'm always looking for a job. Then what type of work would this be?
Well, I'm a waste wagon. So, you see, these establishments, he kind of points his cigar at basically everything south of him. They're going to bring out their trash soon, and I could use a hand lugging it.
Kind of just looking at like, you know, there's 50 cents and I'm hella broke. Maybe this could lead somewhere. Say fuck it. And I
Well-
actually say that, say fuck it. Yeah, why not?
Well, take a seat, my friend, and let's wait for that trash to come out.
And I do that.
All right. So, Mad Dog is helping this modern-day garbage man.
When Mad Dog's poor, he's poor, he needs money.
All right. So, Gwen and Decker, what are you guys doing?
Still trying to figure out the exact significance of all the sheets missing. Because all I can think of is somebody killing her and taking
Well,
all
I
that
think-
with him.
He could also just knocked her out and.
Oh, that's true too. I don't mean to be
use
so
it.
grim.
I mean, there's no blood or anything, so
Well, that's why I
there's
took the
no
sheets.
reason to.
But again,
You
to
would
your
think
point,
would.
she might still be alive. Let's see. I wonder. You think somebody would see something like that, huh?
Wow,
Oh, you know what?
reckon.
I've totally forgot. We'll chalk it up to my inexperience as as GMing this.
As a
Aliens
human.
connoisseur. Oh. There's a dead body in that wagon, he didn't tell me.
No, I forgot to give you all your fate chips.
Oh,
So,
yeah. Yeah.
So let me explain this to everyone, because this is different. I know a handful of you played Savage Worlds, but this is different from that. So the way works is you guys are going to get your fate chips, and they are kind of like bennies, if you guys remember what bennies do, except that there are 3 types. There are white, red, and blue fate chips. And white fate chips function exactly like a Benny, which means you can spend it to reroll a roll. Take the higher of the 2. You can't use it on damage unless you have the No Mercy edge. And if you get a red chip, you can roll a d6. You can spend it to roll a d6 and add it to your current total. And the d6 aces as usual. And this negates critical failures from rolling a 1 on your skill die, should that be an issue. You can also choose to spend a red chip as if it were a white chip. The catch, however, is whenever you spend a red chip, I get to draw from a chip from the fate pot, which is what it's called. A blue chip works exactly like red chips, except for one difference. When you spend a blue chip, I don't get a chip. So let's go ahead and deal those now. So I'm going to deal 3 cards to... Actually, I can do all of us. So deal. And then I'm going to deal 1 extra card to me because I get 1 fate chip for each player.
Holy shit. Sorry.
And if you click on your hand, it'll show you what fate chips you get. Now, I don't really know if I don't know how these work for me.
I think you get to use it for your wild cards or something.
Yeah.
No, I get to use
it
them whenever.
Well, not.
Right, but
whenever.
what I don't
You can
understand
use
is
it
if
whenever.
I get red, if I spend it, do I get to draw a new one?
I don't know.
It's not really clear on
I
that.
don't think so.
I'm gonna just
I-
assume
right,
that when I spend my chips, they're just spent, and if
They're
I get a
just
red
spent.
or a blue, they're the same thing. Oh wait, the marshal does not get a draw if you use the red chip as a white. Oh, did I not mention that? Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna assume if I spend a red chip, I can spend it as a red chip, but I just don't get a new chip back. That's the rules I'm gonna go with, and if I find rules elsewhere that contradict that, we'll change it then.
Okay.
So, yeah. Can everybody see everybody's hand? No, that's good. I mean, obviously you guys can tell each other what you have, but it's good that you don't know what I have, really.
Oh, okay. Well.
We
Wait,
always
us?
know what you
Wait,
have,
do we?
Bacon. Nothing.
Say it's okay to let you know, or I don't care.
Yeah, it doesn't really matter. You play them by clicking
you're-
and dragging them onto the table and say I'm playing them, you know?
Yeah.
All right,
2 reds
so
and a blue.
now that that's over with, I hope I didn't derail your thought process. So we're still on Gwen and Decker.
Yeah, somebody took the sheets and we don't know why. So we are.
And you were saying maybe they took the sheets to cover up any blood?
Right.
That's what he said. Then I said maybe they just, knocked her out and used it to carry her. Super contained or something out of.
Let's go take a walk and see if we talk to Mad Dog and see if he found anything.
And as you come out, Lewis will also come out, but he's not looking like he rested.
Oh. Well, and I'll look back at Gwen and say, shouldn't be anything out of the ordinary in there for you.
I'm gonna laugh and say, don't worry, our stuff was left untouched.
It better.
Ah. So, don't suppose your dwelling upon things has yielded any results?
Quite on the contrary, I managed to give myself a headache.
Excellent. Let's see if Mad Dog has been lucky.
I'm gonna follow them outside.
So, as we go, walk out there, do we see Mad Dog sitting with the garbage guy?
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna walk up to them and say, excellent work, Mad Dog.
Actually,
Finding
when by the
something
time you guys get out there, just to spice it up, you see Mad Dog load in dumping a barrel full of trash in the back of the cart,
excellent.
and his new
Okay, so
employer's
it's
like,
barrels.
"There you go, put your back into it."
Yeah.
So, I'm gonna holler out to get the garbage man's attention.
Yeah.
Say, excuse me, sorry to take you away from your work, but I got a question here for you.
Oh, that's why I got my partner
any,
here. See, what you need?
Oh,
You trying to get rid of
excellent.
trash? Waste?
Well, it's actually
Byproduct?
that's what I want to talk to you about. Any unusual bags coming through here? Anybody throwing away a bunch of sheets or anything like that?
Sheets? Let me think.
Yeah, linen.
Linen? Poof. Tell you what, I'll base his memory off of your roll. You can make either a streetwise or a persuade check. And remember,
Okay, cool.
if you have any charisma bonuses, you should add those as bonuses to your persuasion and streetwise.
I don't believe that I do.
I know that goldfish has like +4. So, Gwen, be sure to put
I
a
need-
+4 on the second bonus, not the one next to the die. The one, you know what I mean? There's 2 bonuses on the skill.
Under skill mod?
Yeah, skill mod, I think.
And is that just in
There's one under
persuasion
your
and
basic
streetwise?
info.
Persuasion and streetwise, yeah. And
I just had to make it unskilled.
I think Mad Dog, you get a -2 for being an outsider, right? He's like, you know what? I don't remember no linens. I don't know why someone would throw away perfectly good sheets. Mostly I get discarded food, some undescribables from the lady houses. You know what I mean? and
I'm walk back over
occasionally
towards
broken furniture.
Gwen and nod at her and say, "See if you can flap your eyes and jog his memory of seeing anybody carry their own garbage away, like a big bag over their shoulder with the sheets, maybe a rug, maybe throwing something like that away. See what you can do."
Well, I work my magic, of course.
With the +4, I don't know how you could fail. I guess if you get a natural
Right.
1, that's the only way. I don't even know if it even then. Oh, that's pretty funny. All right, so you come up to him, and you kind of rub against his leg, bat his eyes, and say, "You sure you don't remember anything?" And he goes, and he just kind of perks up in more ways than one, and he says, "Well, you know what, Missy, I do remember. Actually, now that you mention it, there was I think it was like a bundle of sheets. What was weird about it was I don't remember loading it. I was loading in all the stuff from the Oriental, and I turn around and I see this bag of sheets, and I just figured I must have loaded it without remembering. Or maybe somebody saw I was busy and loaded it for me. That was, I don't know, a couple nights ago. You know what? It was the night that, that feller disappeared.
You cut out there. No.
It was the
Who?
night that
Drifter?
feller disappeared.
Okay. You don't by chance remember or know where they're at, do you?
Oh, I take all the ways, some ways to the east and burn them. So they're gone now.
Is that like the landfill?
He doesn't really do landfills. This guy literally just takes it like a mile out of town and burns it.
Oh.
I'll lean over and say, we can go and take a look, just to be sure.
Well, thank you, honey. I appreciate your help.
Anything for a sweet thing like yourself, he winks at you.
I pretend to be friendly until like I turn around and then I'm like, ugh.
Yeah,
Right, gotcha.
like on-off switch.
Well, I guess we'll check out that place then. Unless there's something else y'all want to do around here.
No, it won't take us too long to walk out that way.
Yeah, do any among you have a horse?
I do.
I do.
I do as well.
Okay.
I got a horse in the saddle.
How much does a
saddle
horse
bags.
normally cost?
150.
150. That's without the saddle or the bags.
Yeah, that's why I'm broke.
Well, it's
Okay,
only
for
a
now,
mile
I'll
out
have
of
to say I
town. You
don't
guys
have a-
may just walk it if you want.
Yeah, as I say, for now I'll have to say I don't have a horse.
Okay.
I'm sure you can ride with me.
Boom.
So, Gwen, I'm just going to assume that your day job covers all your daily expenses, including the livery for your horse. However, you two probably will need to pay to put your horse in one of the corrals.
Sure.